Irie has joined the conversation. She has some critiques about Young Miami's new song "Spin That." So we got to talk about that because everybody's been throwing in their thoughts. Even Trick Daddy's entered the conversation, and anytime Trick Daddy enters the conversation, it's about to get a little bit wild. So we'll get into that. Lil Wayne showed up 2 hours late to a concert. Looks like he split from his fiance. So we got to see what's going on with him because it's looking like the summer is eating him up. It doesn't seem like he's having good summer vibes. Big Tigger, if you guys remember him back from the 90s, the early 2000s, he was all over BET. Anything hip hop related, you were going to see him on there. He's got some family drama going on that has just been blowing up the internet ever since his wife came on and she had some stuff going on with her face. Like she had some injuries on her face and said, "Ask my husband what happened to me." And that got everybody talking because I hadn't heard this man's name since, I'm telling you, the late 90s, early 2000s. So when I start seeing him on there again, I'm like, what's going on with him? Kind of shocked me. He's suing his wife for defamation. We got to get into everything that's going on there because there is a lot to unpack. And WWE superstar Jay Uso is getting divorced from his wife. So Takesha files for divorce after 12 years of marriage. And I think it's because he's been messing around with NXT wrestler Jada Parker and he's been photographed with her. They've been seen out. And if you're married and you're messing around and you're taking your side chick out, it's not a good look. So it was only a matter of time. We're going to get into everything that's going on there. But first, we are going to get into what is going on with Big Tigger and his family. So this is his wife. I believe her name is Alicia, and she had came online. This was maybe like a few weeks ago, and she had an injury on her face kind of like around where her nose and eyes are. Right in this area, she had an injury and said, "Ask my husband what happened to my face," which of course, got everybody talking because once they realized who her husband was, that's kind of why we never really heard no stuff about him, or at least I hadn't really heard any stuff about him. So I wouldn't have thought anything like that would be associated with him. But looks like something went down and she came onto the internet and now he's suing her for defamation. So let's get into this. This reporting from TMZ, the legal fallout from Big Tigger's DV case is growing. His radio co-host Francesca Amiker is now suing his estranged wife. According to court documents obtained by TMZ, Amika filed a defamation suit against Alicia Brown, claiming she lied on her social media by posting the Emmy award winning journalist had an affair with Big Tigger and helped destroy their marriage. So that was some of what she had alleged occurred between the two of them was that he was messing around with his co-host. So that was part of maybe what they were arguing about that kind of led to the situation that occurred between the two of them. As you come in, let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think the wife was out of pocket here? Do you think that this was a setup on Big Tigger, or he did something that he needs to be held accountable for? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Just keep it going on the story. Amika insists their relationship with the radio host has always been strictly professional, and Big Tigger has said that as well. He said he was never dating his co host and claims Brown's post labeling her as a home wrecker unleashed a wave of online hate, which damaged her reputation and cost her business opportunities, forced her to hire a crisis management team. She's seeking unspecified damages. When you come out and you're saying stuff about people and their professional public figures, that's going to start kind of painting the way people look at them or whether or not they're going to want to deal with them if they think that there's controversy and mess that's behind your name. So I could see that this could have impacted her job and maybe other opportunities or how people perceive her, thinking that she may have had something to do with this man's marriage having issues. Let's see, the lawsuit comes as Big Tigger, whose legal name is Darren Morgan, continues to face domestic battery and child cruelty charges stemming from an alleged altercation in May with Brown at their Sandy Springs home. And you can see footage of that on TMZ. It looks like a ring cam caught their physical altercation together. You don't see her hit her head, but you hear a bump when they go off camera together. and then you hear her kind of scream or make a loud sound after that. So it kind of infers that's when the incident occurs, but you don't see it, but you do see him grab her and then they go off screen. Then that's when you hear the bump. It's when they're off screen here. As we previously reported, TMZ has since obtained the ring camera footage from investigators that shows Morgan approaching Brown from behind, grabbing her by the neck and struggling with her as she repeatedly yells for him to let her go. Police allege Brown was ultimately shoved into a door, suffering a deep cut above her eye that required medical treatment and stitches. Ultimately, anytime DV or that type of stuff is associated with you, it's never a good look. And I pray for this family because to have this stuff play out publicly and everything that's going on kind of be out there for public fodder, that's a lot. And I believe that there's children involved in this too. So prayers that this family can work through this because they are definitely going through it. The investigators also allege the couple's 13-year-old son was inside the home and able to hear the altercation, leading prosecutors to file child cruelty charge. Morgan has denied the allegations, and Brown has been granted a temporary protective order as the criminal case moves forward. So there's still more to come. He's denying anything occurred there. So we're going to let the legal process take place, but we will be monitoring this case. Let's see. Talk about his arrest here. So this is reporting from TMZ, and this is Big Tigger breaking his silence after he was arrested. Big Tigger is breaking his silence following his arrest in Georgia, vehemently denying allegations that led to aggravated battery and child cruelty charges. In a statement to TMZ, the former Rap City host says, quote, "I unequivocally deny every allegation that has been made against me. For the past 30 plus years, I have built my life around relationships and community. Those who know the man, father, husband, and friends I have been throughout my life." End quote. While noting he's unable to discuss specifics because the matter remains active, Tigger says he has, quote, complete confidence in the facts and legal process, end quote, and plans to continue cooperating as the case moves forward. He also expressed gratitude to supporters, adding thank you to everyone who reached out with support and encouragement. My family and I are deeply grateful. And see here, Brown told police she attempted to take the device, so it must have been like a phone or electronic device, from Big Tigger, and that led to a struggle. And she allegedly tackled her while she was trying to regain possession of the phone. The cruelty charge stems from allegations that Big Tigger's 13-year-old son was inside the home and heard the confrontation unfold. We'll see how everything plays out. Make sure you have your notifications on for Aries Rose TV and you can get your updates here. We'll see what's happening with this case and we'll see if it goes to court, what kind of information comes out, what evidence there is, and if this marriage will last. So let's see what's going on with Little Wayne. I'm a little worried about him. He's clearly got something, going on, and I'm hearing about him a little bit more than we normally do. So let's see. It looks like he was a no-show at one concert and he showed up 2 hours late to another one. So let's check out what he was doing here at this concert where he just decided not to show up to his concert in Maine. Now imagine paying for tickets. You go get your outfits, you set up babysitters, you get your whole thing planned, whether that be with friends or somebody that you're dating to go out to this concert. You're excited to see Little Wayne, and he just decides not to show up. I understand that celebrities, these artists are people, they may have things come up, and sometimes they have to address those, but to completely blow off your fans like that is not cool. Let's see what's going on with this story. This is reporting from TMZ. Lil Wayne was a no-show for his concert in Maine last night, and fans are obviously pissed he pulled the stunt again. Weezy was supposed to play the banger Waterfront with special guest 2 Chainz and was scheduled to take the stage at 10:45 p.m., but minutes after the scheduled start time, the crowd was told he wasn't coming out per a local report. So could you imagine being there at 10:45? You're getting hype. You're like, yeah, Little Wayne's gonna come on. Looks like maybe he's gonna close out the show because I can't imagine it's going much later than 10:45. They're like, oh no, he's not gonna make it. No explanation was offered, and fans lit Wheezy up on social media for being rude and disrespectful to his fans, noting this isn't the first time he's bailed on a show. Definitely not a reputation you want to have, because when you go out to these things, you want people to want to come out and see you. You want to give them the kind of experience that they go and tell their friends about, that they think, oh, the next time you come, I want to go because I want to see what it's all about. My friend had a good time. And if you're not showing up, it's going to be hard to get people to want to come out and pay to see you. And the economy is not good right now. So you shouldn't take advantage of fans who want to be in your presence, who want to still hear your music, even if it's not the new stuff, and treat them like, you're not important. Never a good situation. Never a good situation. Welcome, Trevor Williams. Appreciate you stopping by. Let's get back into the story. The rapper also dropped out of a California musical at the last minute in 2024. And in 2023, he walked off stage in Los Angeles only minutes into a concert. Wayne is scheduled to perform tomorrow night at the Sarasota Performing Arts Center in New York. We don't envy folks who have tickets. So this one he just decided not to show up to, and then it looks like there was another situation there with another concert where he showed up 2 hours late. And I guess it's better that they show up 2 hours late, because at least you still get to see a concert than they just completely don't show up at all. But 2 hours late is so disrespectful. Like, you are messing with people's timing, their night. You don't know if they got Ubers or whatever that situation was. Like, concerts can go over. That's okay. But for you to take 2 hours extra just to show up, not cool. Not okay. Let's get into this. Lil Wayne pissed off another contingent of his loyal fans after bailing on a show earlier this week. And that was the one I was just telling you about, because he apparently showed up in New Hampshire Friday, but it took him a million years to get there. Here's the deal. Lil Wayne was scheduled to play a show at the Bank NH Pavilion in Guilford, New Hampshire last night, which fans say was supposed to begin around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, Lil Wayne wasn't there at 9 or even 10 p.m. According to angry Wheezy fans, the rapper didn't show up until 11 p.m. and played just 1 hour and bailed. Let me know in the comments, what's worse, showing up 2 hours late and just playing for an hour and leaving, or not showing up at all? Let me know what you think in the comments, because I think that's crazy that you show up. Not only do you show up 2 hours late, but then you don't even give them a full show. You leave after an hour. I just think that's really taking advantage of your fans. And you have to be careful how you make a fan feel. And if they don't feel valued by you, like you don't respect their time, you don't respect the energy that they put to come out and support you, you're gonna have a hard time getting them to come out and support you. So I don't get the reasoning behind it. But let me know what's worse, just not showing up at all, or showing up 2 hours late from when you're supposed to start and then only doing an hour's worth of a concert. I'm gonna get your opinion on that. Let's get back into the story. You wouldn't be able to tell that from Wayne's social media post about the concert, in which he seemed to indicate went off without a hitch. While thanking his New Hampshire supporters for showing up for him, he ended the post with a simple message: he's on his way to Iowa, though there doesn't seem to be any guarantee he'll actually get there. Considering the track record, be careful, Iowa. Be prepared for him not to show up, to show up late, or to get a short show. It could be any of those three, or a combination. Remember, remember the late arrival in New Hampshire comes just days after he didn't show up at all in Maine. So he later apologized, but didn't offer an explanation for the no-show. We'll doubt we'll get an answer for his tardiness in New Hampshire. So if you got Little Wayne tickets for wherever he's coming, be prepared, because it looks like he's got a little pattern here. He might show up late. He might give you just a little bit of something, or he might not show up at all. So as long as you know that, if you're cool with that, let me know if you do go out to a concert and you enjoy it. I don't think I have seen Lil Wayne in concert, but I guess if he was coming to my city, I might check it out because you never know what's going to happen with these people, regardless of their ages. So it would be nice to see them while they're still here, because there's quite a few that I did not get a chance to see before they passed. So I'd probably go to check them out, but I'm not liking this 2 hours later not showing up business because these concert tickets cost too much to be playing like that. And now let's get into his summer kind of bad luck is what it's looking like right now. So he got split from his alleged fiance. And honestly, when I saw that he was engaged, I never thought he was getting married to begin with. But let's see what was going on here. Lil Wayne is going solo. This is a reporting from TMZ and not at his concerts because he announced he and his alleged fiance, 23-year-old Maddie Canyon, are Splitsville. Lil Wayne is airing out all the heat he's been facing in recent days since the beginning of his 20 Years of Carter Classics tour, including the reason for snubbing main fans at the opening of his tour on June 30th. So that was just last Tuesday. And revealing his split from Maddie. Wheezy says he was not engaged to Maddie, and in fact, they were far from it, saying he had, quote, a beautiful thing going with an amazing person, end quote. And he didn't want to be such a burden on such an amazing person. I don't I don't know what that means. Rumors of Lil Wayne's engagement to the social media influencer have been circulating since May 2006 or 2026, but the relationship clearly didn't last anywhere close to a milli. Whoever at TMZ really likes that line. The split may also be related to why he was a no-show for the tour opener in Maine last Tuesday, which he says in his video is a result of migraines and potential seizure risk. And Lil Wayne does have seizures. So that is a very real situation that he's had. I think he said he hasn't had one in years, but he has had them before. So if he was doing that to do precaution or to be cautious for his health, then I'll let that slide. If it was just being disrespectful to your fans and just not caring at all about showing up, that part I didn't like. But if it's for health related reasons, okay. He is next set to perform in Des Moines, Iowa on Thursday, July 16th. So we'll keep an eye out here to see how it goes. Oh, it looks like he's going to be doing a makeup concert. It was rescheduled in Maine to July 28th. So we'll see how it goes for that one. Keep an eye out here on Aries Rose TV. We'll be tracking how this concert tour goes for you, Mr. Wayne. We'll definitely wishing you all the best, but we're going to be keeping out. And if it's not looking good, we're going to have to report that too. And now we're going to get into India Irie, Auntie India Irie, and Young Miami. So Young Miami has a song, Spin That, which I welcome, Thoreen Gardner. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I didn't even hear nothing about the song until I saw Auntie India had said something about it. So then I had to go and hear the song because I was wondering what all of that was about. And um, not a fan of the song, but not a hating reason. It's just definitely not for me. But I do understand what India's point was about that song. It is an interesting theme to be talking about on there, and it's a song about scamming and stealing and the kind of feeling that we don't need to glorify those types of behaviors or have that be attributed to Black people. And the music that you consume, the messages that you put out there, I mean, it's kind of like you are what you eat. And if that's the messages that you're putting out there that people are reciting, I mean, I heard little kids reciting this, so they probably couldn't tell me too much about some educational stuff or recite me lines from books, but they are reciting the lines from this song that are definitely not uplifting or empowering at all. So that's a little bit frightening in and of itself, but that's a different conversation. the question is, why do we attribute such negative things to being black or glorify that like that's a good thing? And Trick Daddy entered the conversation because Young Miami's from Florida. And I don't know if it's a Florida thing or what. Trick Daddy always finds himself in these kind of conversations. He always calling somebody ugly, jealous, hating, sad. And it just got me to thinking, like, why is it that if somebody has something to say about the song or critique, it automatically means that they're hating? Young Miami is very beautiful, but I don't know that Auntie India wants to look like Young Miami, nor does she have to because she's beautiful herself. They're both beautiful and they have their own talents, they're their own people and they don't have to be the same. And if they feel differently about something, it doesn't necessarily have to be hating or that she's trying to put her down. I think Young Miami could give other messages out. If you clearly have a platform where people are following, especially young people, and you're influencing them, you can put out different messages about getting smarter, going to school, doing something constructive, curing cancer. Maybe we shouldn't be encouraging kids to be rapping and singing about scamming. I don't know if that's necessarily a route I would say is going to be the best for you long term. So I wouldn't want to encourage you to start looking down that route. Why is it people wanting to see more positive messages is considered hating? I just want to know why we want to hold on to such negativity and just get frustrated when people want to say, can't we get beyond that? And I think Young Miami, to be honest with you, is a little bit too mature in age to be singing about scamming and stealing. Like, we got to be past that now. Your mom, is there not any other elevation that you can talk about? Anything else you can offer? That's just what I think about it. And I just thought Trick Daddy really, one, didn't need to enter the conversation because it really wasn't about you or had anything to do with you. But just your opinion on always trying to hate or talk about somebody's appearance. And, you know, yeah, we don't want to go there about appearance or hating. Now, if you thought you were shooting your shot at Young Miami because you came out and you're trying to have her back, I don't think Young Miami is checking for you. I don't know if your pockets are deep enough. I just don't know if you're a Young Miami style. But you can support her without having to hate on somebody else. But you are very entertaining. Anytime you jump into a conversation, I have to say, Trick does take it up a notch. Very entertaining. And welcome, Lady Chaos. Thank you for stopping by. Let's get into this India Irie versus Young Miami. Let me know what you think in the comments on this one. Let's get it back on Auntie India. Beautiful. Love her. Think she's great. Big fan. Big fan. All right, this is from complex.com. India Irie has doubled down on her criticism of Young Miami's spin that and the legacy of late music executive Clive Davis. In, let's see, we're not looking for stuff on Clive here. All right, in a video post shared on her Substack titled Clarity, Coercion, Celebration, the Grammy winning singer songwriter clarified that she doesn't think people should boycott Miami's rising hit, but she does think listeners need to be more aware of what they're supporting. Amen. She also used the opportunity to celebrate the 20th anniversary of her third studio album, Testimony Volume 1, Life and Relationship, but stressed it was wrongfully reported that she was the one calling for a boycott of the song. And I believe that said quote here, I did not call for a boycott. I commented on someone's thread calling for a boycott, end quote. She said, I think people should learn how to do what's best for them. And that's what I want for people. I want you to have an understanding of what's good for you and have the love for yourself. That's what I want. But also, who cares what I want for you? I know what I want for me and what I want and what I and I do what is best for me. I think people just need to make choices for themselves. End quote. Oh, no. No. Okay. And now let's get on back here. And now we're going to keep it moving into the rest of what she was saying. The four-time Grammy Award winner co-signed a thread post that called for a boycott of the track. Quote, I believe it's degrading to our culture, the user wrote. At some point, we have to take seriously the power of music has over our perception and values it reinforces. This can't be the song of the summer. And then Auntie India had responded and suggested that she's not a fan of Spin That either. Quote, I spent my entire adult life caring way too much, she wrote, because I finally learned that not everybody cares with a capital C, and explaining it to them is not going to make them care. Everything you listen to or see is going to influence you. So make wise choices, y'all. End quote. And I completely agree. Now I'm gonna tell you, I was um young ones, and everybody likes their own ratchet tunes, and I like my music that isn't talking about the most elevated, classiest, best things, and I enjoy that too. But is that 100% of me and the only thing that you're ever going to see? No, that's here and there, and that's just a little bit. Because as you get older, as you become a mom, as you become responsible, you work, you start businesses, you do things, you get involved in other things, and you start talking about other things. And that's where I think we really need to grow. All of this gangster stuff, all of that, at a certain point, it's just, it doesn't work in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. We got to be about something else. And it starts with the messages that comes out in the music, the people that you're looking up to and what they're putting out, because that builds a lot of the perception of what people think about a culture or what you think is cool and how you're supposed to be. So it just is a good reminder to use your influence responsibly, because it matters, and it could be influence on a whole generation, because there's going to be these kids here after us. And if they can't read, write, don't have any ambitions, they're talking about scamming and stealing and all this stuff because that's the messages they've been fed their whole life. That's not a good look either. There are people who fought for us to have rights to be able to do stuff. And I don't think it was for the right for us to be out here scamming and stealing. That's just my thought. Let me know what you think. And we're going to move on to WWE Super Jay Uso, because his wife said, goodbye, Us. The juice ain't Usi no more. She then sent those divorce papers after 12 years. She said, I'm ready to go. And I think it has a lot to do with Jay has been out in them streets. He's been outside with Miss Parker. Now, I don't like cheaters. I really don't. I think if you don't want to be with somebody and you're married or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever your situation is, go on and break it up in that and then go be with somebody else. But when there's that little messy time in between where it hasn't fully separated and you're trying to live that single life, I don't like it. And that's this here. Pictures coming out like this. They're hugged up with each other. And everybody knows, well, if you follow wrestling, you'll know that Jay is married. So it was like, well, we know that's not your wife. Did y'all get divorced? Like, what's going on? And I ain't heard nothing about a divorce, but he was just out there with this girl. And I'm like, okay, his wife must be super cool. But I would tell you right now, you can't do me like this. And then the divorce filing came, and this is why I think she's beautiful. Now, this is them when they were younger, but she's probably still beautiful right now. I don't know what went on in their relationship. I don't know at what point of the date of separation took place, but it says they got married. Their date of marriage is February 13th, 2014. And the reason for the marriage dissolving is irretrievably broken. So they're not able to repair it. I haven't seen an announcement from Jay yet, but I feel like it's gonna be a little messy for him. He's gonna take a little public image hit because it's just that not being fully divorced and then you're being seen out with this other person that you're clearly having a relationship with. And I'm looking at you a little sideways, Jada, because I'm sure you knew he was married. If I'm just a regular schmegular fan and I know that you're in that wrestling world, you probably knew that. I don't know what he was filling your mind up with, but for me, if until the divorce, until you file for divorce papers, you keep it moving. You're cute, and Jay is very cute. cute, charming little face. That's what gets you, but you got to be fully divorced because I don't want that karma. I don't want that karma because how you get them is how you lose them. So I don't want to be messing with nobody while they're married because I don't want that to happen to me. That stuff hurts. That hurts people. It's messy. And he has a child. They have one child together. He has with his wife. Handsome little boy. His name is Jace. And I've seen him with his dad sometimes on the wrestling stuff. I think he was on the Unreal show you can see on Netflix. Definitely wishing his family all the best during this time. You kind of maybe brought it on yourself. I don't know what was going on with the relationship. I don't like the cheating part, Jay. Like that really, I don't like that. That really kind of messed it up for me. I really like you and your brother, but that one made me look at you a little bit sideways. And so his dad, if you don't know, is Rikishi, WWE legend. I think he played a few other roles, but Rikishi is definitely what he's the most popular for. And then Jay does a lot of wrestling with his brother Jimmy in their tag team as the Usos. And Jay did have a little in there in 2025. So that's kind of when he fell on my radar because that's when I started watching wrestling again when WWE Raw went on to Netflix. So I was really liking him. I was really getting into the Yeet and all that stuff. But then when that other stuff started coming up and I was seeing him taking photos with her and it was kind of giving like, are you messing around? I really wasn't a fan of that. But we'll see how this goes with the divorce. You'll get your updates here on Aries Rose TV. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be doing Messy Mondays next week. So stay tuned for the next show. It's going to be great. We'll see you later on this week. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening.